The year was 1970. November in Bergen, Norway was cold and damp. On November 29th, a university professor and his two young daughters were hiking in Isdal Valley, a popular recreation area known locally as Death Valley, due to the occasional accidental fall. But what they found that day was no accident. The smell hit them first, acrid and unsettling. Then they saw her. Partially hidden among the rocks and vegetation lay the charred remains of a woman. The scene was immediately secured by police. Scattered around the body were personal items, a burned passport, a cryptic note, empty bottles, and rubber boots. The labels had been meticulously removed from her clothing, making identification impossible. Who was this woman and how did she end up in this state? The mystery of the Isdal woman had begun. An autopsy revealed a number of disturbing details. The woman had died from a combination of carbon monoxide poisoning and a barbiturate overdose. Soot in her lungs indicated she was alive when set on fire. Dental records showed distinctive fillings, suggesting she may have received dental care outside of Norway. Despite these clues, her identity remained elusive. Investigators pieced together her movements in the days leading up to her death. She had traveled to different parts of Norway using aliases and carrying several suitcases. Witnesses described her as elegant and well-dressed, speaking multiple languages with a European accent. She seemed to be deliberately concealing her true identity. The circumstances surrounding the Isdal woman's death, combined with the political climate of the Cold War, fueled speculation about espionage. Norway, a NATO member, was a hotbed of covert activity. Some theorized the Isdal woman was a spy who had become entangled in a dangerous game. Her coded notebooks, later determined to be a travel itinerary, only deepened the mystery. Others suspected a criminal connection or perhaps a tragic case of foul play. Had she stumbled upon something she shouldn't have seen? Was she the victim of a crime of passion? Despite exhaustive efforts, the police were unable to identify any suspects or determine a motive for her murder. Decades passed, but the Isdal woman's case continued to fascinate and frustrate investigators. The lack of answers only fueled public intrigue. In recent years, advances in forensic technology have breathed new life into the investigation. Isotope analysis of her teeth and bones provided clues about her possible origins and diet. DNA profiling offered hope of finally putting a name to the face. The mystery of the Isdal woman endures, a haunting reminder of how quickly a life can vanish, leaving behind more questions than answers. Will we ever know who she was, where she came from, and why she met such a tragic end? Perhaps one day, with persistence and a little luck, the secrets of Isdal Valley will finally be revealed.